He is absolutely ripping. So, shout out to all of the XRP holders that have been still holding their bags to this day. You also have Cardano falling in a close second here. Markets are looking like 2021 bull run once again. I mean, seriously, it is like 2021 tokens across the board. DZ, I have to get your feelings this morning. I mean, Cardano, what's happening over there?
I'm feeling electrified, and it's not the snake energy pouring through my veins. I'm just bullish on the ecosystem. There's too much bullishness on Cardano for you to not be bullish as well. We made a lot of videos about it. Folks, have on those notifications.
Now, there are a lot of bullish articles that we'll be breaking down today, but the most important outcome of this video and this live stream is by the end of this, I believe you guys are going to have a better understanding of where my thoughts are at, DZ's and TJ's as well, on what's happening next in these markets, because there's a lot of altcoins we've been wanting to accumulate. A lot of these older tokens are starting to perform again, but there's two major key events today that you need to be aware of, because if they happen, it might create, well, what we like to say, your last chance at accumulating crypto. So first and foremost, okay, let's get over into this market update. I'm going straight into the 24-hour movers.
Got to move that window over.
Got to move it over because TJ is OCD there for you guys. Are we good on the right side?
That's good. Yeah.
Perfect. XRP here, 87.5 cents here. It is crazy how quick that moved back up to a $50 billion market cap. Goatsius Maximus, the Marcus Aurelius of the meme coin industry here.
Yeah. So I'm in on some goat now.
You got some goat.
Yeah. I remember I was talking about the larger cap meme coins. Pepe, I think I mentioned getting some of Whiff, and I've got a little goat and got a little Lucy now. So I'm starting to, Ali and I are starting to build some fun meme coin positions.
Oh, well, that's a strong play, I think. I think GoatCS is like that easy kind of access point right now with that AI trend. It's so crazy how this is just an AI just working through Twitter. Like, what is life, dude? Like, if you were to tell me that would exist 20 years ago, like, there's just no way, because I would have been not born.
TJ, quick follow through. You didn't mention Doge. Is it too late to buy Doge?
I wouldn't say too late. I haven't done it yet. So, I mean, it's going to get a ton of. This is something that's interesting. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about, especially on X, is that unit bias. I think that's part of why I think Pepe is going to do really, really well, especially getting listings on Coinbase. Normies, it takes them a long time to understand market cap versus unit price. I don't know how many times I've had that conversation with different people, and they're like, no, but it's going to go, if it just goes to a penny. And I'm like, you don't understand.
No, people will ask, can Pepe or can Doge do what Bitcoin did?
Yeah.
That's the cycle we're going to have.
I love that question.
Yeah.
I think Doge goes to $1. I think that's what everybody's been agreeing with. It's kind of, but it's super psychological at that point. Now, if it breaks $1, are we 420?
Well, here's the thing. I think Doge does go to $1, and then it creates people to say, okay, well then Pepe can go to $1, and it's like,
that's so true.
No, it can't. But that logic will be there, and so I've passed, and I do think it actually makes me reconsider Whiff a little bit. I might get out of what's in Whiff because it's at $4 or $5 now, and I think, or at least it was, or $4.50 or something like that. And I think some of those lower unit count coins could have some potential there. So it's not too late to buy Doge. It's going to get a ton of exposure through the Department of Government Efficiency, which has already been entertaining. So, I don't think it's too late to buy any of the major ones. It's not too late to buy anything. I will just say that we're about to go into the most parabolic bull run we've seen in a long time. It's not too late. We're just getting started. Buckle up. Get on the rocket ship. It's going to be a fun ride.
Let's do the quick Pepe breakdown. I did the math, so you don't have to. It's going to do a 5x to hit 1/100th of a penny, 50x, 1/10 of a penny, 500x. It's a penny, folks. You know what that means? 5,000, 50,000x for it to hit $1.
I think I saw some math.
What is the market cap though on that? For 50,000x?
It's like
Pepe?
$400 trillion.
It's almost 10 billion. So yeah, you're looking at almost 5 trillion. Right?
Hey. No,
I think it's like 50
trillion.
It's more than the GDP of the entire Earth.
Not hitting that.
Jay goes, I like how Shiba isn't in the conversation. Yeah, no one likes Shiba. I feel like Shiba was just that insider play that it had a hot moment when it took over Doge for a quick second. But like now with Doge and like I'm talking the Department of Government Efficiency and the meme cycle in general, Doge will always remain the top meme.
Here's my Shiba story. The last time I interacted with Shiba, I was firing up a new Solana wallet on a home computer, and I was like, all right, let me fire up Coinbase. Let me just deposit like one SOL, about $200 worth. You know what I sold? Shiba Inu, because I was going to try to chase memes. So I was getting out of a dead meme to chase hotter memes. I've turned that 200 into 2,000.
Yeah, and it's not to not
Peanut.
give Shiba Inu its apples. It's 24% in the last 7 days. It is still a $14 billion market cap. But yeah, it's not. I mean, even when you just look at it, it's not as meme as Doge. It's not as meme as Pepe. But it does exist and it is a big player in the industry. Looking at top 24-hour movers though, guys, XRP, of course, go Algorand. Man, I thought that was a dead project.
The dinosaur coins are roaring back to life.
Yeah, it's just like a little bit of a CPR there. Not performing quite as much as XRP and Cardano. I'm going to imagine Algorand and HBAR are pumping with Stellar alongside XRP because of the announcement of Gary Gensler potentially stepping down from his reign. Now, we'll be talking about that in just a moment. But if that does happen, I think this is going to bring life back to those ISO 222 tokens people used to be obsessed with. And I think you're seeing that roll over into the charts now. Brett Based here up 12%, one of the largest meme coin movers here today with new type $2 super chat. Unit bias debate. Where does everyone side or stand? Unit bias debate?
Normies aren't going to get it. And if you're here, you're watching this channel, you're part of the Disco fam, the smartest audience in all of crypto. So you understand exactly what it means. New type.
Yeah, we got a couple questions in the chat. Crypto Crank is asking, what are you guys' thoughts on selling XRP here at 87 cents? To your point, Josh, earlier about swinging in and out of stuff. I mean, XRP, and we got to give credit where credit is due. If you've been holding XRP for a really long time, you're having a great day today. So we're really happy for you guys. Kind of like us when we were holding Cardano and we're like, hey, it's actually showing signs of life. We're excited. So if you're excited about your XRP pumps today, I'm very happy for you. I'm hoping you bought it at the bottom, not anywhere close to the top in the last few years. So it's still in a 7-year downtrend. It is breaking out. But he's asking, and I believe Crypto Crank's a longtime XRP holder, should I keep holding versus rotate into other newer opportunities? I know that was what I did about a year or so ago. I rotated it all into Solana. I was very happy that I did that because it's been great, opportunity since then. I think Solana was around 50 or 60 bucks at the time, sitting at 207 today. So I've done very well with rotating out of XRP. If you've been holding that whole time, and I'm in this situation a little bit with Cardano, holding a ton of Cardano, and I'm trying to decide at what point do I keep holding it or rotate it into something else. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? XRP?
I wouldn't mind selling all your XRP for Chainlink at this level.
Interesting.
My dad actually, this is crazy. He sold all their XRP last night and well, not all of it. They sold 50% and rolled it into Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't hate rolling
Ethereum.
into Bitcoin
so
either.
They rolled it over because they're like, it hasn't moved for so long.
When did they,
and that was without me even saying anything. So I would say if if they're rolling over their XRP, it's just expect some profits to be taken. Again, I still think XRP can go over $1 this market cycle, but it's definitely
it's
moved.
at 90 cents.
It's like all-time high if you're talking over the last 5 years. So
7 years.
7 years. Well, no, didn't it hit like $1.70, didn't it, last cycle?
Well, that's not all-time high though.
No, I was saying since then though, that's like its highest level.
Yes, in May it hit like $1.60. May of 21.
May 21. Yeah, so that's been some time. So a lot of people been under that spell of that 90% dip. So this coming out with Gary Gensler could be huge for those markets. I think that's obviously being priced in now. Can that break it past the $1 threshold? I think so. If Gary Gensler steps down, you're going to see that SEC throw out the lawsuit for those 86 different cryptocurrencies. I think that could be really beneficial to them. That includes Polygon Matic, by the way.
Yeah. I will say we're getting close. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting close to the part of the cycle where everybody's a genius. You throw a dart at the board, you buy whatever it lands on, it's going to go up, and you're going to be able to tell yourself how great of a trader you are. So don't let that go to your head. Don't quit your job until you've secured your financial freedom for a long time. But we're getting close to the fun times. People are asking us to talk about near. We've got some near movement, it looks like, today. Or do we? I don't know. They're asking. I thought I saw a near pump.
Yeah, I saw a near price prediction. Yeah, don't quit your day job unless you're tuned in. And then, case, quit your day job. No, I'm just kidding, folks. You got to go out there. You got to keep stacking the sats. That's what I like to say. Be careful with XRP. Dollar equals big sell. Probably going to be sold in the 90-cent range, if not already.
We're already seeing that. Yeah.
For the top losers today, I wanted to pull up this because this is insane. Peanut the Squirrel. I didn't know this, hit above a top 50 market cap token in the matter of days, if not a week. Now being the top loser in the last 24 hours, but a $1.7 billion market cap was spurred out of Kamala Harris's administration killing Peanut the Squirrel. Her running across the Peanut running across stage. This meme has gone into full effect. rest in peace, Peanut. But holy smokes, W's in the chat because that ghost is living on. I mean, this thing is, people are collecting their nuts with this one. Dog with Hat here, $3.50, down to 3.5 billion. But of course, you know, you're looking at your top losers being the meme coins that have ripped 1,000% over the last few weeks. I mean, look at Peanut the Scroll, up 1,500%. Dogecoin here down as well. Ordi down as well. ApeCoin down as well. Nero, it is literally all the meme coin ecosystems and communities that are seeing those pullbacks today. So this also goes to show, hey, maybe it's starting to finally roll over into utility season. Maybe your utility life is going to get a little bit of a life back into it. And of course, again, comes to the first conversation with Gary Gensler here, stepping down. Ripple's XRP token soars 20% to 83 cents after the SEC chair, Gary Gensler, hints at resignation. Now, if you guys saw the emergency upload last night, you know a little bit about this, but we're going to go into exactly why this is taking place right now. Crypto Crank with a $2 super chat. Entry 16 cents, holding since 2018, almost 40K profit. Absolutely beautiful, Crypto Crank. That was luckily some of my entry points too, was between 7 and 25 cents, is where I heavily accumulated. XRP, I have to give credit. It was what got me into crypto. It's also what made me my first 10K in crypto because I put my stimulus check into it. And that thing went from $1,200 to like, I think it was like 12,000 bucks at one point. And then I sold that, put that into Polygon Matic, into VeChain, into a bunch of other cryptos. And that's what sparked my entire portfolio. So
yeah, I would say, so he's asking if that's his position, if he should move on. I mean, if I were you in that position, yeah, I would take that profit and start saying, okay, where can I take this 40K and turn it into 400? And I don't think you do that in XRP. I don't think you see a 10x from here with I don't see a $10 XRP, but I do think you could take that 40K with your talent. I mean, you're a pretty good trader as far as I can tell. You seem to have a pretty good sense of what to buy. So I would take that 40K profit if I were you and look for good opportunities. And I think you could pretty simply turn that 40K into 400.
But if this does happen, according to data from CoinGecko, XRP surged, of course, to 83 cents, its highest level since July 2023, after the crypto asset was determined. Oh, so it did hit actually a little bit higher in 2023 here, July. It was determined a non-security when sold on exchanges under a New York court ruling. XRP's market value still trails behind Dogecoin, the meme coin token king, which has skyrocketed over 110% since Donald Trump and reelected, of course, with his association of Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. The possibility of Gensler resigning could bring XRP back to the top 6 crypto assets, given the token and its developers. What does this mean for the SEC and Ripple lawsuit? Well, there's speculation that under new leadership, the SEC might be more inclined to settle with Ripple rather than continue the lengthy litigation process. Consensus CEO Joe Lubin said that he's expected a favorable legal shift for digital assets under Trump presidency, and if the SEC's crypto cases are dismissed or settled under Trump's administration, this will likely benefit XRP, Solana, Cardano, and many other cryptos targeted by the SEC. So, of course, why people are projecting this is going to be his past tense kind of conversation here in his letter he wrote, where he says, before I close, I want to say something about the SEC and its staff. The staff and commission are deeply mission-driven focused. That's laughable. But ultimately goes on to say, it's been a great honor to serve with them. And then, of course, at the end says, I've been proud to serve with my colleagues. And it's all past tense talking, as if he's preparing to say, it's been a good time, guys. See you on.
It's been a great honor. That is almost always departure farewell speech.
Yeah, and it's, trying to scrape. I keep trying to find the right, I don't know what the term is for this, but either he gets kicked out in 2 months and fired, and it gets a lot more drama after Trump's elected, or he walks away now, takes a comfortable, I did my job as the SEC for the Harris administration or Biden administration, and a year from now, he takes a comfortable job on some advisory board for a crypto company for legal.
Well, never before have I wanted Mary J. Blige's words to ring true. No more drama.
No more drama.
Speaking of drama, and part of why he's stepping away, was it like 18 different states are suing the SEC because of Gary Gensler?
Minutes later, just minutes after Gary Gensler released that statement, 18 states sued the SEC, according to Fox News. They're accusing the SEC unconstitutional overreach, unfair persecution of the crypto industry, and they specifically mention Gary Gensler. So maybe getting ahead of this letter.
Exactly. Good time to get out of town and not have to. Speaking of not wanting to deal with drama, he does not want to deal with that. So.
Second theory here: if you Google Gary Gensler, probably going to have his resignation, farewell speech kind of pop up on a lot of these search results. Not the 18 states suing him into oblivion. Similar to what we saw with Taylor Swift when she went to a Jets game. A lot of people say she made her big premiere at a Jets game because before Taylor Swift Jet was all about how much gas that she used. Now you type in Taylor Swift Jet, it's all about the football game. Should be a little bit of gaming the Google search results.
Interesting. Good angle. I didn't even think about that.
Did not know you're that deep in the Taylor Swift market there.
Oh, my fiance had my head if I didn't tangentially associate with the Swiftie Nation.
That's actually smart. It's definitely what happened, though. You're 100% correct. These 18 states are accusing, though, of course, the SEC. Yeah, I just wanted my 2 cents on it this is where I would step away. Like, why deal with this? Like, just walk away, go take a comfy position. You're good to go because they're going to sue the government, not necessarily himself. Bye-bye, Gary Gensler, though. Here's a funny meme. Donald Trump here getting punched by him. And then, of course, picking him up, tossing him out, and just...
That's real footage, right? Is that Mar-a-Lago?
That was real footage at Mar-a-Lago.
You know what that makes me think of?
Happy Gilmore?
Happy Gilmore, yeah. Who's laughing now, Bob? Or whatever he says.
The price is wrong,
Bob.
XRP holders. Sorry, I had to do it.
3 reasons why Bitcoin dumped by $4,000 daily, but the worst could be over. So what is our hopium here, guys? Miners and whales are selling. The first most probable reason is actually twofold and is related to selves by some of the most important pieces of the Bitcoin puzzle. Data from the Look On chain shows that whales have deposited large amounts of Bitcoin to centralized exchanges in the past few days, likely to realize some profits at this mind-blowing rally. And this is what we've been warning with you guys all the way up to 100K. We said between 90 and 100K is when your whales are going to really start selling your institutions, because there's institutions, guys, that bought and whales that bought at 15K, at 20K, at 40K, at 50K, at 60K. And them seeing their assets perform, especially if they're long by like a 2X, you're looking at hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars gained, and they're going to take their profit. So a whale deposited 1,920 Bitcoin. Again, that is $170 million to Binance 1 hour ago. The whale has deposited a total of 4,000 to Binance in the past 3 days. This whale has made roughly it's a third of $1 billion here, according to Arkham Intelligence, over the last couple of days. The second part of the sales reasoning comes from miners. Crypto Potato reported earlier this week that some miners had started to dispose of their Bitcoin, but it wasn't all that worrisome at the time. In fact, even a Satoshi era miner started moving Bitcoins mined nearly 15 years ago, with some of them sent to exchanges possibly for the same reason above. Again, you just have to think about this, guys. Like, retail is the one FOMOing in right now. Like, all these people, a Satoshi era, that is what, a million X they've made on their Bitcoin. Profits are going to be taken, especially as we approach that level. So again, going to be a little bit hard to break past it, but very doable. And we all do believe that is coming very, very soon here. It's just going to take a little bit of time, consolidation, and energy to push us through that
Here's
momentum.
the number one reason it's very doable. Those old era wallets, they're going to run out of Bitcoin to sell eventually, folks.
Yeah,
There's only a finite that you could have mined in 2012 to 2017, 2014, whatever year you want to give it.
And it's a good point too, because, as that supply diminishes, the demand is increasing. And we see that in the ETF outflows. After it became known that Donald Trump will be the next U.S. president, investors started pouring substantial amounts into the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Almost $5 billion has entered the funds within 6 trading days. However, the high volume suggests that Bitcoin's price might have reached its local top, at least according to historical performances. The trend reversed yesterday. Farsight's database shows that over 400 million was withdrawn from the US-based ETFs, which is actually the 3rd biggest net outflow day since the fund's inception in January. So it's not even the biggest day out. So this really, I don't see too much. This is just profits being taken again. So hopefully, I would like to see, and you guys hate this number, but that 77K level, I just want to see the futures gap, just filled. But whether or not we actually get that or not is a whole nother discussion.
Yeah, you're going to be cautiously bullish as long as that gap remains.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Currently, the price is trading above the short-term holder cost basis of $69,000. Market value versus realized value stands at 1.3 and crossing 1.35 is likely to trigger selling pressure from short-term speculators. So you also got people that are short-term holders that bought at all-time highs at 69 to 73K and now are up again massively in profit. However, most of these coins are expected to be absorbed through the ETFs. So even though we're getting the selling pressure, this is very healthy, guys. What we're starting to notice is that we're having a conversation of now consolidating and finding support at Bitcoin's previous all-time high or to about $90,000. So somewhere in between these two zones, we are going to be finding, I can't even think about this because 4 weeks ago, this wasn't even the conversation, support around these levels. And that is huge. That is what's going to allow us to build that momentum, get that increased demand, reduce supply, and push through that 100K level here, hopefully, potentially by even the end of this year. Bitcoin miners transferred over $4 billion in Bitcoin to exchanges as price hits $90,000. So, of course, $90,000 is that beautiful metric of, okay, your retailer are looking really to sell at 100K. Miners, institutions, going to sell up to 100K there. So just keep that in mind as you guys are looking to purchase Bitcoin. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum saw significant outflows here from exchanges this week, with net outflows for both surpassing $1 billion. The last time outflows were this high was in May of 2023. DZ, I know you have some thoughts on these outflows with ETFs. You've talked about them a few times. Should people be worried that, there's hundreds of millions, if not potentially billions of dollars in profits being taken? Or is this just
I wouldn't worry too much because we just got a giant streak of green days. We had a lot of inflows. And not only did we have a lot of inflows, we had some record inflows when it came to the Bitcoin ETFs. I pulled up Hodl 15 Capital here. He's the #1 account when it comes to looking at some of this ETF inflow data here. And just looking at last night or yesterday's stats here, IBIT, I've said this and I'll say it again. I almost feel looking at what IBIT and BlackRock did is maybe a better gauge of bullishness or bearishness compared to when you look at Grayscale and all the other entities. Something about BlackRock kind of sets the trend more so than the cumulative effects of all the ETFs. I don't know what it is about BlackRock. Some say maybe they're kind of powerful.
Yeah,
maybe they have the inside track.
Huge amount of volume, maybe. And it's interesting to me. I noticed BlackRock is even buying some of Grayscale's product, which was interesting to me. In their own, like they're holding it themselves. So they're literally accumulating all the Bitcoin in all the places as fast as they possibly can.
Asking should you roll your portfolio into alts since it's 80% Bitcoin? I would do stair-step strategy. Start with 5-10%. Don't just clip it all into one altcoin. That's a good way to get wrecked.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Now, something I want to point out here, very interesting, is going to be the 13F filings coming out of Goldman Sachs. So if you guys don't know, this is where they have to disclose what their holdings are, specifically in their investments here. And we can see that they have $461 million now in IBIT, and 83% from the previous filing in August. So they have tripled their filing. But you also have to understand that, this number has gone up exponentially if they were buying in July and August. They were buying Bitcoin in the 60K level.
Well, that's a good point. This is actually ending September 30th. So there's quarterly filings, and I believe you have 45 days to go ahead and give your financials. I'm trying to do the back of the napkin math, November 14th. I think it was 45 days. They're like literally taking the maximum amount of time to reveal what they're doing. So we don't know what they're doing all through October, and we don't know what they're doing through November. My guess, my hunch, they're buying even more Bitcoin than what's being revealed here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I do know what they're doing. They're continuing to do what they did the months before, which is buy a crap ton of Bitcoin. Look at that. They're buying it everywhere they can get their hands on it.
Everywhere. That was because this is 100 million at FBTC, GBTC 71 million, 59 million at BTCO, and then of course 22.5 at BitB.
So they had 100% increases on multiple of those things, and yeah, I would imagine they're still doing that. They didn't just do that in August and stop. They did it in November. They did it. They're doing it October, November. They're going to do it through December, and then sometime mid to late January, we'll see the numbers come out again, and we'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I would imagine these have gone up quite a bit in the last 2 weeks here with how much money they're taking. But it's what I want to point out here, because this is where you have to ask yourself, when do institutions get ready to take profit? Because whoever's managing these funds are literally destroying those markets. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. But the revenue here from their quarterly financials last quarter, September 2024, was $12.3 billion. So we're not at that threshold yet where I think it's, a huge part of their overall revenue, that if they were like, let's sell, there's going to be an extra 3% in profit. But what I do want to point out is that they are quite potentially 700. Let's just round it to $1 billion. 7%, 8% of the revenue is really going to be coming from these Bitcoin holdings.
Something I have with Peanut. Big shout out to the person who put it in the chat here. This is Peanut on the 5-minute chart here.
Huh?
Oh my gosh!
What? What's going on here? I'm a Peanut holder, man. I ain't mad about this one.
Did we have we checked Fred recently?
Hey, you read my mind there, TJ.
Yeah.
Woo! look at that, baby. Look at that. Now, if we zoom out on Fred,
Fred
Fred
just get listed on an exchange.
something's
That's a bull
happening here.
flag.
Something is happening here, folks. I like what I'm seeing with this consolidation on Fred, though. You know, we did
Wait,
say
is
this is
Bitcoin
going to be a
bumping?
little bit of a beta play
No.
on Peanut, because Peanut and Fred were both the two pets that person had in.
Yeah, one thing to come back to that conversation you were having about institutions taking profit. I think the easiest argument I would have that they're not going to anytime soon is because people like, how much has MicroStrategy sold? None. They're in
None.
insane profit.
You're gonna have to claw it out of his hands, and it's gonna be
by the
like
way,
the Rock movie.
Why would they sell when they could? They're gonna borrow against it.
That's the argument. So why would these other other people that are trying to accumulate it all, why would they sell when they know yield bearing products are coming? So
yeah, I don't
that would be my
necessarily know.
argument.
I think we'll know in their next filing. It's just anybody who isn't pro crypto at a bank now probably being fired. You know, they're probably going, yo, Jimmy, why didn't you tell us about Bitcoin? He's like, dude, I've been trying to tell you for 4 years. And now Jimmy is the coolest person in the room. He walks in, people are like, Jimmy, you just made our bank $1 billion, Jimmy. Shout out to you, Jimmy. Carol, why did we not buy this magic internet money when you told us that this was bad for the environment? Those are like definitely the conversations happening in these boardrooms, because those are what these people were having the conversation of around 12 people sitting around the table saying, should we get Bitcoin? And 9 out of 12 of them were saying, no, it doesn't make sense.
And the one person that was calling it at the boardroom, they look at him like, I guess you got lucky, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's not luck.
It's like, we tried telling you for 4 years, and it's like, and they're like, well, Jamie Dimon, our CEO, says it's a money laundering index or it's a scam. And
it's like, no, that's your whole business.
Yeah,
that is JP Morgan.
That's the dollars in your pocket.
Yeah, that's
it's HSBC. Let's be honest.
Honestly, your bank account is the shit coin. How about that?
Yeah.
So if banks aren't selling and the institutions are going to keep accumulating, the question here is what's going to be really that next big mover in these markets. So the number one event we talked about today and already covered was Gary Gensler resignation. If he resigns, that opens up to, if you want to pull up the article here too, 86 different cryptocurrencies kind of having this huge pressure, this huge weight lifted off their shoulders. And again, you're seeing that correlate over to the price action of all the cryptos that are being sued by the SEC. So that's a bullish outcome. But there is one, I have to splash some cold water on these markets here today, because today is perhaps one of the most important days for NVIDIA stock in recent history on these markets here. And that's going to be because their third largest client, third largest buyer of, I believe, their products here, Super Microcomputer stock, could very well be delisted from the NASDAQ, creating deadline looms amid accounting scandal. So there's a lot of concern on why they're not, filing certain forms, why they can't, come out with their audits. And it's showing weakness within this stock. And you can see that, of course, over on their price action. Look at their stock here. In the last 6 months here, down 81%. It is falling like a knife right now, so don't catch it here in terms of, people anticipating it getting delisted from the NASDAQ. And if it is confirmed and it does get delisted, I do believe most of this has probably been priced in, but it could bring some downside to NVIDIA. And that might correlate over to Bitcoin, as they're like one of one correlated in terms of that price action.
Plus people are going to see, that's the world's largest asset as far as equities go. And people are going to look at, well, NVIDIA's kind of a canary in the coal mine. So when NVIDIA's dropping, a lot of things will probably start dropping as well.
And you see it on the NASDAQ bleeding to it. This is why the NASDAQ's dropping. This and then on top of the Fed rate discussion. But there is a lot of speculation around, are we in a bubble? But what I have to point out is Bitcoin's actually surprisingly holding up pretty well. There's actually quite a divergence playing here. We did open up a short here at about 88,800 this morning with this first breakdown right now, after we had a beautiful long trade that played out perfectly for about a 5-6% there. But we did enter this day, just a little bit of a hedge, just in case this does end up playing out. But of course, I do want to point out, guys, we've been following the NASDAQ, we've been following the SPX pretty closely. And if that does come out today, just so you guys are aware, if there's a little bit of downside pressure, it's probably because of that stock being delisted from the NASDAQ.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I do think that could cause some short-term pullbacks. This is but I think it will correct pretty quickly, because like you said, the market is starting to price it in already.
Yeah.
Say the news comes out next week, maybe we pull back a little bit more. But I would argue there's so much momentum in crypto right now that capital is going to be looking for another place to go, and it could potentially start to flow into crypto. If you've made these are the hedge funds that are going to be trading in and out. If you've made an insane return on NVIDIA, And now you're thinking like, okay, that rocket ship may be coming back down to reality. It's time for us to reallocate. That could be looking to go to Bitcoin. That could be looking to go into Ethereum, especially through these, or even crypto blockchain based stocks like Marathon, like Coin, like MicroStrategy, those sort of things.
I do want to give a shout out. Speaking of trades, I put one trade in the Telegram this morning, and it was long SWE at 331. And then I want to go back to a SWE prediction we made before. This is SWE right here, 331. Right here.
Dang.
Right here. And this is a 3-minute chart that we're looking at here. So it triggered, and I said, folks, I'm about to get ready for a live. I can't watch the charts like I want. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in 331. I think we stair-stepped in a real small amount right here. Speaking of SWE, though,
I was going to say,
SWE, we made a video about SWE. Let's just check the date here. Let's be very transparent. SWE is copying this move from Solana. What happens next? October 14th. And I drew this dubious yellow line, I say. Or
Boom.
was it dubious, folks? Put some respect on her name. Turn on those notifications and smash that like button. Sorry, that was too loud.
Yeah,
my hand,
no, that
man.
was
I got heavy hands.
no, like, so what is that? What is that gain? If you bought on October when you put that video out, how much are you up?
We were pretty close to the local peak right here. And so October 14th, I have it on the 3-day, so I'm going to switch to the daily here. October 14th. And I said, look, we're going to slow down, but this isn't the end. This isn't the end. We are hitting a trend line, but don't worry about that trend line. Here, I'll show you. I point out the trend line. I'm saying, look, don't listen to this. This is a stupid trend line. This is the one you need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
So it played out very well.
And if you're on Bitcoin, we got 2 levels here that I'd be watching for in these major news events rolling out with, of course, the resignation of Gary Gensler and then potentially a little bit more of a rollback in that stock action and price on the NASDAQ. But we've been respecting this bottom trend line like heavily. So if we do come down and break below this is where if you're like actually, putting that time and energy in, this is where I'd probably open up a position here and entry points with a little bit of a stop loss above it, and then vice versa. So if we get the upside of this, it's going to be a breakout past about $89,700 or so to get that upside action here with this next leg up in this market. So we're coming down to the final stretch of this. We're in the 7th inning. The bats are the plates are full here. So just, take that into consideration if you guys are looking to enter today. When you're looking at the indicators, when you're looking at, shorter time frames, there might be some bearish continuation patterns, but ultimately just understand we're between 2 major events, and one's bullish and one's bearish. And that usually makes it pretty complex to enter that market and system. So have your stop losses, lower leverage here, hedge yourself. That's about all I can say.
Really
off that
quick, we did have some people in the chat asking about potential replacements for Gary Gensler. And what could, very similar to people looking for new placements for their capital if they're taking it out of NVIDIA. There's going to be an open seat as the head of the SEC chair if he does step down later this week. Or
this will be the SEC chair.
Who do you think?
Mark Ueda.
Let's see.
He's one of the commissioners already. He's a huge he's been going on CNBC though and saying that he's like, yeah, the SEC, Gary Gensler, we've been destroying the crypto sector. We need to change this and flip this. Because they at the end of the day, it's the head of the commissioner that kind of decides these things. So you got Hester, she's also a commissioner, but there was a reason why they said that she wasn't looking to probably step in, and it more than likely will fall to the hands of Mark Ueda here, who is very pro crypto.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were wanting who was it? The guy that was the CFTC, but he came out and said no, like he doesn't want to clean. Yeah. I think we covered that yesterday. He's like, I've already cleaned up Gary's mess once at the CFTC. I'm not coming over and doing it at the SEC. That was Dan Gallagher, I think it was. Yep. And then I got a sneaky pick. I don't think this is likely, but it's definitely in the realm. It's kind of like a Hester Pierce where would be great if you're in crypto. But a sneaky pick that I would put as a long one is Brian Brooks. He's actually he's the acting comptroller of the currency, but he used to be the head of legal basically for Coinbase. And I think that could be a really interesting, it's a long shot, but that'd be a very bullish one to come out if he did.
We got Lucky Moonwell, a buy. I think Moonwell is a good buy, but I do think we might see a base system-wide ecosystem flush out. What we're seeing right now is the base meme coins pumping. That is indicative of a correction in the short term. So, maybe not deploy all your funds at once. Could be I think long term though, you're not going to regret it come October next year.
Yeah, Arrow's having a good pump today, which is an Airdrome.
Arrow's crushing it. There's some really big movers right now. Even I see Jupiter here up a little bit again. Went down to about $1 here, but bouncing a little bit. It's following Solana though perfectly here. Yeah, I'm literally just watching this in real time, but it would be good to see. Brian Brooks would be wild.
That'd be a great one. It's like I said, it's a long shot, but it would be very bullish.
That would be insanely. I think no matter what, it's going to be incredibly bullish though, which is beautiful. But that, yeah, like you said, that would be huge. That's a good point. That's a good guess though.
Yeah,
I like
it.
that.
I like the dark pick sometimes, the dark horse.
I like the dark horse. Well,
Somebody super chat Moonwell is a buy.
Yeah.
Like we were just saying, we have covered that one. It's pumped recently, but I do like it as the Aave 4 base. Long-term hold through this cycle. I still am bullish on base over the next 12 months. So
I might have a clip. Is this Mr. Brooks celebrating his win right here? Was he just chosen? No. Mark Brooks. What was the first name? Garth?
Brian Brooks.
Brian. Wrong
Brooks.
Wrong Brooks. Wrong Brooks. Disregard.
Yeah.
Well, we got. Do we have my audio?
What do you think is the biggest?
Give me 1 second.
Check this video out. This is crazy.
What do you think is the biggest threat to Bitcoin's price staying above 60K? What potentially causes another dive below 30K?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to 60K. It's not going to 30K. I think it's going to go up from here. I'm planning the 100K party, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be New Year's Eve at my house. So I would be surprised if we don't go through 100K in November or December.
So then what?
100K November or December here. Michael Saylor, 100K. He's hosting a 100K party here New Year's Eve. Hopefully we're invited here. But that will be the 100K party for Bitcoin, breaking through that threshold. He thinks that we don't go back to 60K. He didn't, however, say when he said that, he's like, I don't think we go to 60. We go to 30. That means he could potentially go to 80. He's given a nice range there, but he does believe by the end of November or December here, $100,000 Bitcoin, chat. How do we feel about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let us know in the chat. 1, if you think we hit 100K before the end of December. 2, if you say it's January or beyond.
Yeah, January. Yeah, 2024 or later, I suppose.
And quickly, I keep forgetting that we did not ask this, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us if you guys appreciate this content, us covering this news every single day. We're going to take a poll here in the chat. Should we go live tonight for the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight? I have open bets on Polymarket. We'll do some live trading, and then we'll listen to the audio and, of course, do a live reaction to the Mike Tyson fight here tonight. Very, very late.
I want you to do commentary like in the transnational radio voice from the 1920s. And then we got Paul stepping up and he's throwing a humdinger.
It's like, what is it? My goodness, I'm spacing out on the comedian who makes the joke of like when it got knocked out of white people talk like that.
Oh, John Mulaney?
No.
No, he's spoken about the trans.
Shane Gillis. He goes, it was Jackie Robinson stepping up to the plate. He's like, and we got a young boy here, and then makes the joke like home run. He's like, oh, we're gulp. Yikes, gulp. Well, Saylor here giving us a huge gulp on the Bitcoin candlestick here because hopefully, 100K would be wild to see here. Are we going to do a 100K party? I think we have to.
Yeah.
I think we got to do our own 100K party here. We'll do a 101K party. How about that?
There we go.
We're just better. But Pennsylvania here, new Bitcoin reserve plan. Of course, we tweeted this out yesterday. Breaking news, according to Fox Business, they've introduced a new bill.
Hey, I'm going to go in depth with Mark Moss this evening, talking about the Pennsylvania bill.
Mark.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
good.
famous
Moss,
Bitcoiner. You know, he's been in the ecosystem for a long, long time. Highly respected. It's going to be a great, great episode. So make sure you have on those notifications. Going live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard today.
Well, let me know and ask him if he is the one placing the bets on Polymarket because, man, they are betting on everything on Polymarket here. There's a chance, 36 chance here of approval rating.
Not anymore.
What do you mean?
50% now.
Oh, I got to click on this?
Well, I mean, that's probably just an old tweet. But
you pulled it up. Oh.
I saw one this morning that it was 50%. You're talking about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve?
Yeah.
It was up to 50% this morning.
It's not even here now. This is crazy. Matt Gaetz, people betting on Matt Gaetz confirmed as Attorney General. Dude, people bet on everything here.
Checking in, Bitcoin National Reserve down to 31% odds.
30%. Okay.
31%.
Oh,
so if you're bullish on it, you can get your bet in, folks.
Little volatile there for you guys.
Yeah, interesting. Will Trump create a national Bitcoin reserve? So that's a different bet. I saw the one, will the United States create a strategic Bitcoin reserve? Is that the same thing?
That is the only strategic reserve bet they have on Polymarket.
Huh. Okay.
Well, of course, we have breaking news. Not necessarily, but this is really cool to see here. Public listed company Solidian Technology, another company adding, of course, Bitcoin to their corporate treasury here. And what do you know, guys? Every company should just add Bitcoin to their treasury. They pump massively, up 17% in the last 5 days here. Just again, as just a regular stock company, no one's probably really ever heard of in this space, jumping 17%. So every company that adds Bitcoin to their balance sheets, they're allocating 60% of cash flows to buy Bitcoin right now, are pumping pretty massively. Crazy Bitcoin offer from one of the senators closest to Trump. Let's sell the Fed's gold and buy Bitcoin. Shout out to Cynthia Lummis here, known as an ally of the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, plans to introduce legislation for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. However, I think it'd be really funny if she's like, all right, let's go to Fort Knox. Let's go get the gold and sell for Bitcoin.
We're going to break all that down with Mark Moss. Can I just share the funniest bet on Polymarket real quick? Mike Tyson bites Jake Paul's ear.
Dumb bet. Yeah.
33 to 1 odds.
Like, yes?
No, like 3% chance.
That it does happen.
What if he just nibbles on his neck? Like, can we do a nibble?
Let's make another prop bet.
Mike Tyson nibbles on Jake Paul's ear. A little sus there. No, I was going to say, though, imagine they get to Fort Knox to go sell this gold, and it's just not there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that'd be pretty funny.
That's
like, well, where's the gold? Well, it's in another secured location.
City of London.
We never had it.
Where it's going to be.
We never had it here. Cynthia Lummis, Bitcoin bill to buy 1 million Bitcoin will offset 16 trillion in U.S. government debt. Absolutely awesome. Gold here versus Bitcoin. Take a look at this meme. Which is a better investment, by the way? Like a million pens in his jacket, dude. Yeah, you know, I think, chat, what do you think? Gold or Bitcoin? What's a better investment there for you guys? I think we all know where we stand on this channel. Trump taps former SEC chair Jay Clayton for U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. This one's interesting here. I think Jay Clayton's kind of twisted some. I don't know where he stands. You know, this is the person that literally left the office of the SEC and was like, you know, I'm going to file a lawsuit against XRP and Ripple here. The last day in my office. Step down, walk away, you know, didn't talk about for 4 years. Now he's coming back, and it's like, I haven't followed this in a while. Do you guys have any thoughts on Jay Clayton here? You know, stepping up as a Southern District of New York.
Well, SDNY is notoriously corrupt, so it's hard to imagine, you know, how it could get worse. But I mean, it's definitely not a good sign that we have this very anti-crypto guy rolling into what is known as a overreaching jurisdiction.
Yeah, it's just like, has he pivoted at all? I feel like he's pivoted over the years. But I don't know. Let me see. Jake. Let's actually just type this in. Jay Clayton, bro.
Yeah, while you're doing that, guys, if you guys want us to, we've got over 1,000 people in here right now. Only 100 votes on that poll. I can see it is pretty heavily yes. But if you guys do want us to stick around, we're gonna have to. Obviously, it's gonna run late night. It probably won't even start till 11. So if you want us to stick around and live stream that with us, just please go ahead and vote yes. If we get enough votes, I mean, I need to see 400 or 500 votes in there at least to make sure we're going to do it. We'll do it if there's enough people here to watch it with us. But if there's like 20 of us, we'll probably just watch it.
All right. While Josh is looking at Trump teaming with Chainlink, what's going on here? Trump's World Liberty Financial taps Chainlink to secure the DeFi platform. Before you get too excited, Chainlink is just an oracle that will literally work with just about everybody. And so it looks like they're going to be using Chainlink to kind of power the infrastructure of their DeFi protocol. It is a normal thing. I will say it definitely adds a little bit more credence to World Liberty Fi. So maybe this is going to be, you know, somewhat directionally bullish. I do think there's going to be a ton of sell pressure once this thing is open for trading, however.
Yeah, so to the article here, SEC shakeup, could Trump's team transform crypto legislation? He weighed in. Jay Clayton actually said something. He said on Wednesday that cryptocurrency legislation is likely to emerge under President-elect Donald Trump's administration. Speaking to securities lawyers in New York, Clayton expressed optimism about advancing crypto regulation, stating, I think we will see crypto legislation. I think it will become much easier to have crypto legislation if you're tackling some of these problems that can be tackled at the executive and the administrative level. So, you know, had some positivity to say about it, which, you know, could be potentially good, but considered a possible appointee and a potential second Trump administration. Clayton is rumored to be the candidate for attorney general. However, he has not confirmed any plans, saying that he'll only accept a role if he believed that he could be effective if asked for a role where I could be effective here. And that is what they are looking about with the Southern attorney.
Here's the criticism of him. It's from Brian Costello. He sued Elon Musk at the SEC, covered up crimes for Chinese executives, resigned as soon as Trump lost in 2020, partnered with the Democrats to disrupt crypto on his way out the door, is now rewarded and put in as U.S. attorney.
Yeah, here's what I would say when it comes to this stuff, and I think it's not guaranteed, but we are starting to see a powerful shift. I think we saw it with the last election. We're seeing it with information being in free speech being championed through platforms like X. The power really is starting to come back to the people. You know, we are the captain now, so to speak. You know, that whole "you are the media now." He will go with the overwhelming social pressure, and I think that's what's starting to happen across the board in politics right now. Politics is very much about momentum and groupthink. You know, meld mind. And so once it becomes clear that, hey, crypto is good for votes and you have to, being pro crypto is being a good politician, that will start to become a nonpartisan type of thing. And I think we're going to start to see that across the board, where maybe some of these people that were playing and I would say previously being anti-crypto was good politics because it was rewarded by the people that were in power. Now, if you're not pro-crypto, you're probably going to have a hard time moving up through the federal government, at least in the near future. Now, it's got to go a little bit further, but what do you got?
2 years ago, you could tweet out, "I'm creating a anti-crypto army," and you get a bunch of bank executives giving you a lot of money. Now you make that post, you're going to get ridiculed, and you're going to get primaried. No, you're getting primaried your next election.
You're going to get primaried.
And that's what I'm saying, is like that shift has now happened. They realize there's enough people holding crypto, there's enough money behind crypto, that the crypto voting block is a powerful force to reckon with at this point. And I think we're going to start to see that reflected in our politics. And that, to me, is the most substantial shift we saw. I mean, I'm not a big believer in putting your trust and faith in government. I am a big believer in taking action, voting with your dollar, voting with your voice. And I think that's exactly what happened in this last election. People are exiting the dollar system. They're going into crypto. If you want to recapture that capital, if you want to recapture that vote, those people's attention, you have to get on board with the trend that's happening right now. So
yeah, and it's just good to see how this is shifting it's just crazy. It's like these are the conversations we're having now within the matter of weeks. Trump's elected and we completely pivot the whole conversation. Bitcoin's ripping to all-time highs, adoption's coming, strategic reserves are here. It's just like,
it's so weird to me to see how many lawmakers are on crypto and Bitcoin Twitter now. I've been on crypto Twitter, Bitcoin Twitter for years, reading along the timeline. All of a sudden, I'm like, what is this random senator talking about Bitcoin? Like, what is this? And I see like 3 or 4 of them a day now. And that shows the zeitgeist shift in the mentality of what's going on. So it's a bullish. If you're just now getting into crypto, you are lucky, because this is the best time to get into crypto.
We do have just in Coinbase joins back as to the U.S. App Store top 10, claiming #1 in finance. So that is an indicator there. We are running into bull run haven. Now, it's not #1 on the App Store. It's #1 on finance.
Is it top 10?
No, on finance.
Finance, not the App Store.
Top #1 on.
Well, why would they say U.S. App Store
10?
top 10? I'll look it up.
I don't think it's top 10 now. I just checked it yesterday. It wasn't there. It was like 58.
Could be. I mean, the people are coming back.
A little bit. It's a misleading headline. What this appears. Bullish times. Yeah, bullshit times.
Yeah. Well, here's why Bitwise wants to convert its $1.3 billion crypto index fund into an ETF. Bitwise revealed that New York State or the NYSE ARCA has filed to uplist BitW, as the first crypto index fund to achieve ETF status. This marks a significant step in transition of the $1.3 billion publicly traded trust. We got breaking news here from DZ.
25. It's ranked 25. You know what? We'll keep checking this, folks. It's a good gauge.
How dare they? How dare they lie to us? But Bitwise CEO Hunter Horsley emphasized the importance of the fund's evolution. He noted that the firm introduced BitW to simplify crypto investing for busy individuals, further converting BitW into an ETF, bringing several advantages for investors. ETFs operate more efficiently and offer enhanced regulatory protections here. So what we're just watching here, more ETF adoption, more money, more billions flowing into the sector here. Tether launches Hadron amid $6.5 billion tokenization boom for real-world assets. I love to see this because just real-world assets, guys, Going to be huge. I keep telling you guys, tokenization, huge part of this market, with Franklin Templeton now expanding $410 million market fund to Ethereum blockchain. They're going heavier in. I'm waiting for the rollout of this conference. I think you're going to see BlackRock, Biddles, with Franklin Templeton, Ondo Finance, maybe Hashnote, a lot of those other projects that are a part of that tokenized system. I think MakerDAO, $1 billion fund they're looking to invest.
Yeah.
There's going to be a convention around this talking about the advancements in tokenization.
I was just going to say, please pump my Ethereum bags. We need us, everybody, all these people that have been holding Ethereum for so long. We need to, we're desperate to see it catch up, but it will.
Yeah, chat goes on the FET price struggles to keep up with AI crypto rivals. Let me know what AI tokens you're holding in the chat here, guys. But Fetch price drops 8% amid the AI crypto boom, while competitors like Render saw gains of 39.14%. Fetch underperformed, risking its market position. Whale activity declines. Wallets hold with 1 million to 10 million dropped from 153 to 149. So people selling off their Fetch. This came in with our prediction here. Render and Tau are products we're watching, we'd love to accumulate in. But in terms of ASI, that new token merge that was supposed to be between Fetch, Singularity, and all of these different networks, Ocean Protocol, whenever there's a merger, this is a perfect lesson for anybody that's new that's coming into crypto. People will often look at mergers as potentially bullish. However, they're always ending up to be bearish. And this is because with a huge merger of this magnitude, there's going to be arguments between founders. There's going to be issues with tech. There's going to be problems with wallets. There's going to be always FUD that comes with these merges. And so it might initially pump that price up. When the token merger actually takes place, usually FUD follows it pretty quickly. So just take that into effect, or in consideration when you're looking at merging tokens.
I have a question for you guys when it comes to AI tokens.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. When traditionally, or at least until I would say fairly recently, last month or two, AI tokens meant tokens with an AI focus and AI implementation. A lot of those ones we just mentioned, Render and Near and Tau, ASI. Now, this is my question. Do you think AI tokens this cycle will start to be associated with tokens created by AI versus tokens that have some kind of AI ecosystem play?
I think it's going to be a real loose distinction. And I think you fart the word AI. People are going to say it's an AI token just so you can kind of capture some of the pumps that we are going to see over the next 12 months.
We have David Moore TV. Y'all's live stream wasn't showing up on my YouTube, or when I go to the channel, I had to find it by clicking Discover Crypto icon page. Quick reminder here, guys, that while we're going live, it's more important than ever to be paying attention to these markets because they're going to be insanely volatile. It's going to be quick. There's going to be news almost every single day. So make sure you guys, if you already have your notifications on, click it off, turn it back on, so that way it re-notifies you and kind of kicks it back into the algorithm. But back to the AI conversation here, TJ. I think it's going to be the same thing that DG just said. As soon as Sora drops, I think everybody's going to be trying to add AI to their name, to their website, because they want to access that market that's going to have that euphoric.
Yeah, I don't think investors are going to care too much, how focused you are on AI. If, you just throw AI on your website, it's going to be enough for a lot of the retail money. A lot of people speaking of AI, talk about Near for a second. I see there's a lot of Near holders. Wonder what's going on with this recent pump right here. Now, we're seeing a little bit of some bullish divergence on the 3-day chart here. You can see the relative strength index is moving decisively to the upside, similar to what we saw before this pump right here. If you end up catching this at the right point, you got a very, very good 8x, 8.5x. Now, we just kind of retested this point of control, and now we're starting to see a little bit of bounce. I would not expect too sharp of a decline. We might be mimicking what we saw right here after the bull div kind of range. You maybe got a little bit of a better entry, of like, oh, let me wait a day, but you didn't really come down to the test these areas. Again, you could find a little bit of a better entry, but if you zoom out, you don't really care if you paid $1.83 or $1.58. It ended up being a fantastic pump. So that's kind of my Near breakdown right here.
Interesting. So a lot of people are saying Stream wasn't even in their list of sub channels that are live right now.
Is the YouTube overlords trying to stop you from making your gains?
Yeah,
because there's media out there, they don't understand the use case for Bitcoin. They say, I don't get it. It's just fool's money. It's fool's gold. They're the fools. You know the use case, you know the value prop, and that's why you're here. That's why you're smashing that like button as I speak this sentence.
Yeah, well, and to fix that, to Josh's point, you can turn notifications, turn them back on. That's one good way to do it. But also go through, this is what I do a lot of times when I'm trying to get somebody to show back up in my feed or algorithm or, whatever. Just go through and engage with like 5 videos in a row. Even if you don't, just go like our last 10 videos and then it should get back into your homepage rotation. If you guys want to do that, obviously, you know, that will help you see the video. It is. I have noticed today, I'm kind of surprised at the numbers today, but obviously there's something going on with the stream. So, because it's, I knew it was a Friday, but we're definitely lower than we have been every other day this week for some reason.
Little shadow ban action there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, hey guys, we got, of course, a live stream coming a little bit later this evening here, and then we have the Mike Tyson fight. So if you guys are looking to get into that trading algorithm, guys, here, make sure you guys go join our free Telegram chat where we're putting our live trades in there every single day. That's where DZ's amazing 300% call was just yesterday. We had amazing long position play out overnight. We're now in a short position here, which is down a little bit right now, but I will be doing another analysis in that Telegram with you guys here in just a few moments. But that is what we got for you guys tonight. So other than that, go get your popcorn, go get your beer, and we'll see you guys later tonight for the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight with our crypto bets. We'll be doing live trading and having a bunch of special guests just covering the markets here.
Maybe we might be jumping on some memes that are launching during the fight. That'd be fun.
Oh,
ooh, that would be fun.
Actually, folks, we're going live with the members only stream in about 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Give me a couple, 2 minutes. Just give me a little bit to set it up, and we're going to talk about some of the trades I've been in. I know Josh has a lot of trading streams. I don't really share my trading content too often, and I have a hot meme coin burning a hole in my hand, folks.
And you have your Around the Blockchain at 3 p.m. with Mark Moss.
Mark Moss, 3 p.m. Have on those notifications.
Tons
folks.
of content today.
See you
It's
guys
time,
there.
guys. It's time.